theoretically, we should be good. I can see everything I need to see over on that monitor over there. Everything looks good. Looks like we're hitting on all cylinders here. So, let's look. Today, I want to do... The first thing I want to do is a scav run, and I'll show you why. This guy, my scav, he's spawning with that beast, right? I can probably make $100,000 or more off of that thing, if I time it right. He's decked out, and then I've changed my approach a little bit in that I'm going into PMC runs with better guns now. I think it's time I stop screwing around because I make enough money off of these scav runs and ratting that I can easily afford to lose that gun and not care much about it. That being said, I just built this beast. Look at this sucker. Wham! It's got literally everything you'd ever want on it. Look at the recoil. It's like nothing. Ergonomics is better. Recoil is absolutely nothing. Accuracy is through the roof. And I want to try that out, but I am not comfortable enough with it to bring it into an actual raid. The AK S74U platform, however, I've been using for some time, and it's actually really good. So there's a bug I was going to point out. Right, it says I have 3 out of 3 offers. The issue is that all of these are out of stock, and I have to wait literally another 6 to 9 hours to come out of there, which means I can't sell anything, which of course means that my inventory is going to go through the roof in terms of well, anyway, let's bump into it. I'm going to try to do a scav run on interchange. No. Scav run, I want to do a night run. What about customs? Everybody's still, they're at the same time there. And I've never been to factory, so I'm not willing to do it. I guess of the two, I'll do interchange because I've been playing that one a lot lately. And I think I can get out of there in a reasonable time. If I get killed, whoever loots me is going to make a ton of money off of this guy. All that needs is a dust cover and you're good to go. That's a silenced... well, we'll have to look at the specifics of it, but that's a really sweet gun. And I'm just going to part it out and sell it if I get back, because I'm never going to use it. Excuse me. Looks like I've got a sling pack on, so we might be able to get some extra stuff, but my focus here is going to be avoiding players. It's only 9 p.m., so they'll be able to see me. Let's hope and pray that that we don't spawn in the middle of the mall with 4 minutes left. It seems to have been the hot trend lately. Can't stress the importance of learning the ground stash locations on these maps, because that most people don't even bother with them, and if you know where they're at, you can increase your loot that you take dramatically. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Hopefully they didn't put us in a bad spot. I'm going to take that hat off ASAP because it's a big red target. Although they probably won't be able to see it at night. I can sell that. I don't think I've seen those glasses before either. Hopefully it'll actually load us in and we didn't just crash. We'll wait. It'll be okay. I haven't lost my scav yet. He looks tight. I think we just crashed. No, we didn't. Here we go. They're still going. Theoretically. Not sure why we're getting the server lag that we are. Maybe the server is backing up or something, who knows. And that's why it's having an issue. So the server is pushing info back to me one frame every 12 seconds at the moment. Oh, here it goes. Oh, it's going ahead. Good enough. We're not going to worry about it. But let us pray that we're not in the middle of the mall. Although I have a strat now. I have a strat. If we're on... I kind of know how to get out of here now, or at least a rough way of doing so. Without needing to know every single store. That's always my issue. There's really only one side you can get out, and you better run to the right area. And it's accidental whether I'll do that or not, honestly, because I'm just not oriented enough on the inside. So what we'll do is we'll do a PMC offline run and just run into the middle of the mall and just try to get oriented eventually. I can do that offline, and just to get used to the new firearms that I've got and stuff. Not sure why that doesn't have a dust cover on it. That's kind of lame. I bet you that silencer is worth at bare minimum. Bare minimum that would be worth is 30 grand. Bare minimum that scope is going to be worth is another 30. So right there we're at 60. That's if I loot nothing. Plus I can sell, that's a tactical vest, that's not a scav vest. I can sell that. And you'll have mags, and there'll be other parts on there that I can part out. So I'm a little bit interested in, excuse me, in getting out of here rather than looting, unless I just find something on the way. Because we just started off as a successful run where I'm going to make at least 50k out of this run. I've actually never encountered this gun in game, so I know nothing about it and how it shoots and all that. It looks pretty lightweight though. Looks like it has about a 10 round mag on it. Those parts look valuable though, especially that foregrip there, the plastic foregrip. Those are going for a lot of money because it improves ergos and lowers the weight. Anyway, let's see where we're at. How much time? 9 minutes. I can go either way. Where are we at? I have no idea. Okay, now I know where I am. I think this is the parking garage. Not positive, but I think I can get out of here. What else do I have on me? Nothing of too much importance. I see light over this way. We're gonna run this way. Then there's a scav down here, so there's not a player. I actually have no idea where the parking garage is relative to other stuff in this game. Let's hope we can get outside with enough time to spare. Yeah, this is apparently underneath the mall, I guess. And either way, I should be able to get out at either end, and I'll either be on the south end or on the north end of the building. Appears I ran the wrong way. I just went towards the light, man. What can I tell you? Or I could be on the east end. If that's what I think it is, then I'm on the east end, and I would just have to head that way to my right. And I'd be out of here. I think this is the east end exit, or one of them. Yeah, the southeast end exit. I could be wrong though, so let's just double check. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at wall. So I think the exit is right down there. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about any players at this point. You just lay down and try to figure out. Yeah, I think I know where I'm at. So I should come up to an area here that I can't get around. Yeah, okay, so I came out the, looks like I... need to go up here, over here. I think our exit's over here. If it's not, then I seriously need to reevaluate life here. Yeah, it's gonna be over here. This is the, I believe, the train exit. So I came out the west entrance, I'm guessing. No. So where the hell could this be? Okay, I'm at the south, yeah, I'm at the southwest exit, and I just need to... This makes no sense to me. So, yeah, I need to go this way, because I'll eventually run into the real exit, which is up here, and we got plenty of time. We'll probably even find a camp on the way to loot some more shit. Yeah, that's the only curved wall I know about in the whole game is right there. Curved exterior wall. So we're in the right spot. And there should be a camp that we run into. Yeah, there it is. So we can get some extra loot there on our way out. We do have a ways to run though. Everything with these maps is knowing the map location. Like literally everything. Nothing. Somebody, I think, looted it. Which is fine. Don't care. Now the last time I exfiltrated this way along this wall, I found a dead player. And I got a pretty sweet, sexy gun out of it. Still plenty of time. We'll get there. Okay, somebody's fighting up ahead, so it's fine that I'm waiting. So there's an exit camper. So we'll wait until hopefully we'll get there with about a minute left, and we'll get out of here. Hopefully whoever it is satisfied with the ill-gotten loots. Alright, we're where we need to be. We're gonna walk up slowly. Recover our stamina. What does this look like? Wow, that's a nice scope. There's the exit, so we're gonna come up here and just look a little bit. Wow, this is a full auto version of whatever gun it is. Let's look. Do we see anybody walking around up there? I think we're safe. Getting out of here. And we got good cover. We'll make it out. I haven't finished the RDR2 playthrough. I'm just taking a little break. I'm quite frankly, I'm very infatuated with this game right now. I promise, finish the RDR2 walkthrough. Also, Battlefield just released a new chapter that has a new Tides of War thing on Thursday, and I will try to get in there and see what's up. The Battlefield game, it's nowhere near as good as this game, and this is in beta, and it's like an independent studio from Russia, and that's like EA. So right now they're fighting through the Pacific, but they just released a new map called Wake Islands, which has a jungle component to it, which actually might be pretty fun because there's a lot of cover. And I'm a rat and I like cover. So, you know, depending on how it works out, the problem is that they changed all the guns, and I like the way the guns feel in here better. Like, it means you get killed and you die, but that's part of any game, to be honest. Alright, let's see. So we can sell that sling. And I'm mostly interested in this VSS, because that should sell for a lot of money. A lot of money. Put our knife here. All those mags will sell for money. There's probably ammo in there that's worth a lot of money. This rig is worth something. That's a high-end rig. So that's why I kind of ran through that. Just kind of anticipating that we were going to make money either way. So we'll look and see what we would have gotten for loot. I can't sell this stuff on the auction house right now because of reasons. But I know that VSS chassis, just naked, is going to be really good. Yeah, the Tiger campaign is good. I actually never got to play that because I just bought it in early December. And so I bought it in early December because for a bunch of reasons, I was playing another game when Battlefield 5 released, and then their head guy was kind of pissy because people didn't like that one of the characters had like a robot arm or something. I mean, I don't know all the details of it, but like it just kind of, he's like, well, if you don't like somebody with a robot arm, don't buy the game. I'm like, well, it is World War II, so I'm just not going to buy the game. And then I got an ad pushed to me that said I could buy the Pacific thing, Year 2 edition, for like $30. So I'm like, well, let me check on the Reddit forum and see what's up here, see if they're happy. And everybody at the time was absolutely glowing, and I'm like, well, apparently they've fixed whatever the issues were. So this knife, stupidly, it must be a quest item. I can sell that for about $1,000 to a vendor, and you know, it goes for like $2,000 online. See what this has got for ammo. I'll unload all the ammo. But each of those mags is going to sell. Let's see. Yeah, so each of those mags is $2,000. We haven't even looked at the ammo yet. And then let's look at this. So we'll tear this apart. We'll put this here. SP5 is the ammo. I'm not familiar with that. A lot of times these ammos, yeah, every single round of that is $143 for whatever reason. So let's take the ammo out. We'll put that here. That suppressor is going to sell for big freaking bucks. I guarantee it. And then this is probably going to sell for a lot too. I don't know what that is exactly. Yeah, the last Tiger was good, from what I hear. My favorite part, honestly, so far has been the... nice, you can just hook that directly onto any gun. Actually, that might be one to save. Let's see what that's worth. So you're well over 12,000 there, and it looks like they sell out quick. So 13 grand. This is going to be the big money item here. Those suppressors always sell for crazy cash. Yeah, see, you're just shy of 20,000 on that suppressor. This thing, these a couple thousand, maybe 3,000 or something. Let's unload that. So we have 4 mags to sell. What does this sell for? Just the thing. Let's see. We'll take that off. Right, so just the receiver is a $30,000 item. So we're going to be pushing. We're not there, but we're pushing 100 grand just based off of the gun that I took out. And then if I sell this thing, well, that's the real kicker there. That thing is going to sell for a lot because that's a high value. Yeah, like 14.5. Let's see what it is. It's a, what tier is that? Looks like it's a tier 1. Anyway, there's a lot of room in there, you know. So that's actually a pretty good chest rig. It doesn't offer armor protection. This will sell, I'm guessing a couple thousand. Yeah. Well, so it was a worthwhile run just because we got some good stuff. What does this fit on? So it fits on a bunch of stuff. It fits on that gun. It fits on some other guns. I'll probably just sell it. I haven't gotten into scoped weapons that much. What did we say that was selling for? Let's see what we can sell it to a vendor for. Might be worth just getting rid of. See what he would pay for that. It's actually worth it just to sell it to this guy. I'm just going to sell it. Obviously that is, he's underpriced on that. Because you got to pay a tax every time you sell one of these. Bear Grylls survival game? I didn't even know that was a thing, my man. It shows you how behind the times I am. So that's a $20,000 item. That's one I'm going to hold on to. Let's see what skier gave me for that. Probably more than 2,000 would be my guess. No, that's worth hanging on to. This one's at 14,353. Let's see what that's selling for on the auction market. It might be worth just selling this to him. Although I could ditch the scav vest and put that on, have more room. Let's see, 14. Yeah, honestly, if I was going to sell that, I'd just sell it to the Bro Cephas there. So I'm going to get rid of this. Put on that tack rig. It's a better rig, I think, for me to be wearing. Let's see what this one sells for. I don't remember. 4 grand. What is my Bro Cephas going to buy it for? Might be worth just selling it to skier, depending on what the... I'm just going to sell both of those because I honestly would rather have the inventory space. And plus you have to grind up rep with the guy, and if you bring him shit, even though he pays you less, you get some goodies later on. We're getting close on those prices, but not close enough. Yeah, because drinking your own piss is always a great idea. I swear to God, people are stupid. I'm just gonna dump this knife. I don't want it in my inventory. Difference is a couple hundred rubles. Then I'm gonna have to wait for. See, these things all sell for different prices to different people, so you gotta check it. You know, you gotta keep these hoes in line, keep them honest and stuff. What is that thing? That thing looks bomb, whatever it is. A lot of these are parts that I can't use, and probably they're already sold. But if you go through here and discover all of these, you get experience points that are basically free. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Alright, well, what I need to do, let's see how far we are from another scav run. 8 minutes. I'm a little hesitant about doing a PMC run just yet. Give me a minute. I'm going to take a bio break. We'll come back and just make sure our inventory is squared away, and I may do another scav run. What's he got? Yeah, he's got a, looks like a semi-auto 12 gauge with a, that's worth some decent money too. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to wait. I want to do another scav run first. I'm kind of more interested in making a little bit of money right now than I am doing that quest. I'm putting it off because, honestly, hate to say it, but Mesmerize carries me a little bit in some of this shit, or at least he does things like enter a situation that I wouldn't, and he ends up drawing out people that I wouldn't want to try to go after by myself. Right? I guess that's the way to put it, or the best way I know how. And a lot of, and you can translate that how you want, but basically he's carrying me. Because I'm a rat player, I'm not a Chad player, and I don't want to be a Chad player. No room in there. I think I have a backpack full of ammo. I'm just going to put this in here. I think we decided that that was going to go for a decent amount of money. I'll probably just sell that. Yeah, 141 per item. I've actually never seen that round. in real life, and I've actually never seen a VSS in real life either, so I am unfamiliar with this weapon system. My chances of wanting to use it are very slim. Very slim indeed. This stuff is worth a lot of money too. Surprisingly, the ammo that you get off of these scrub runs like that can be very lucrative. And then if you part something out like this thing, I don't even know what that is, but I guarantee it's, yeah, $5,000 or $6,000 for one of those. But my thing is bugged, so I can't do anything for another 5 hours, which would be, I'll be asleep by then. Whew, the average Iowa guy is tired. Whew. Anyway, my trader rep is coming up. That needs to be 10 before I can do another item. But whatever, you know. Let's see, how can we make this arrangement more efficient for us? Maybe if we put stuff that we want to sell down here and try to fit things in the best we can, like a Tetris game. There, we still have all of that space. This we might as well just throw on our guy if we want to throw it out. We have snow and ice up in our area. We are only a few weeks from the camping trip and it looks like spring down here. Well, it's 28 degrees, so it's been hovering right around 30. And so all of the snow and ice, at least where I'm at, and he's only a little bit north of me, is really hard and crusty. I think if we find a campsite back, you know, from the edge of the woods a bit, I think we're going to end up having snow there. You know, because if you go up into the woods where there's any kind of protection from the sun, there's a foot of snow up there. It's just really hard and crusty. It's not like snow. A lot can happen in a few weeks. I don't think it's going to be as cold as it was last time up there, but I do think we'll be able to get in, which is really nice. Because last time, if you remember, we couldn't even get back in there, and then the whole goddamn thing fell apart. But either way, we're going to do some form of camping that weekend. Yeah. So did you ever go back and look at the video from the winter camp out? And I showed how to pack a pack there, how to pack a winter pack, and right around that time frame, it's a couple years ago. If you go back and look on the if you go under videos, yeah, I honestly wouldn't worry about it. There's a road that goes back in there, and there's an actual parking lot, and none of us have gotten really enough snow to be super worried about. And then, you know, if nothing else, if it's a road that we can't get in on but other people are able to, what we'll do is we will park somewhere in town and then have somebody come pick us up, because it's like a 10-minute drive from French Farm Lake to in town, which is Mackinac City. And we'll park somewhere there and then just have somebody come pick us up and have them take us out to the campsite. I'm not worried about that as long as somebody can get in there. The problem we ran into last year was there was like 3 feet of snow, and a whole bunch of people pushed out like literally the day before. So I ended up going, but the location changed, and it changed to Gene's cabin and woods, which is still a great location. The problem is if you sit my fat ass in a cabin, the chances of me leaving that cabin voluntarily are very, very small. And so, and it ended up last year just ended up being me and Gene kind of hanging out and doing some pimping and such like this in his house, or in his cabin. And then I don't even think I stayed overnight. I think I went home the same day just because, well, I got things I can be doing, you know. And if nobody's gonna show up to like the thing, well, I mean, it sucks, but that's how it works, man. Alright, I think I should be ready for another run here. Now, see, I think Jim would love this game. Because, like, Jim actually does stuff like this. You got a few summer ideas. Yeah, I've got one too. And I'll tell you about it when I see you in person. There's some stuff coming up in the very, very near future. Another world premiere to be announced at the thing and recorded and broadcast out. That has bearing on a lot of the choices I can make about where I go camping in the future. And I'm not saying anything else about that. Alright, looks like we can do a scav run. He's got a gauge with a magazine. He's got a scav vest. Looks like he's got some armor on, though. That looks like armor to me. So we might be able to sell that. Good. Night run. Now, hopefully they will put us in before there's 30 freaking seconds left. Yeah, that looks like armor. Like decent armor to me. It's got some neck protection. Although, I think what I'll do is loot a little bit here. If they give me enough time, which hopefully they will, I'll hit up some spots and loot some shit. If I die, I don't care. I don't really want that gun, and it's not going to sell for a huge amount. Even part it out. I mean, I could spend a little bit of money and make that a better firearm. Looks like a 20 round mag, maybe. Maybe it's only a 10. But I could part that gun out a little bit and make it a decent shooter. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put a red dot on it. Put some good shotgun ammo in it. If I get out, maybe I won't part it out and sell it. Put a little red dot on the back there. Get some really good shotgun shells. Oh, you mean Power Island? Yeah, that's literally, you can throw a rock from my house. Well, you can't, but if you walk up to the top of my hill, I have 5 acres of woods out here. And if you walk up to the top of my hill right now, you can see it because there's no leaves on the tree, so I can see that. That's exactly where I'm sitting right now. You mean Power Island. And I tried to get Jim interested in doing a Power Island run. You know how it is. There's only one logistical thing which is easily solved because I have friends up here with boats, and that's getting someone to ferry us out to the island. That bay is not to be fucked with, my dude. People die in that fucking bay. And they die in their kayaks, they die in their canoes. If you go out in that bay, you better absolutely know what you're doing when it comes to water. And you better be very goddamn comfortable in whatever craft you're in. It doesn't look like it's big water, but it is big water. There's currents, there's depending on wind conditions, you might get out there and there might be 3-4 foot swells trying to get back to land, and you might drift 2 miles out of where you want to go by the time you try to cross it. Yeah, it's not to be fucked with. But I know people with boats. And I've actually tried to organize a thing out there, and that's, you can camp anywhere you want out there. North or South Manitou is also good. And I think there's a ferry out there. I don't know that island. I've been to Power Island. I've actually gone out there and done some shit. There's also a kind of public lands beach area that's somewhat close to where I live, but that's on the East Bay, and that I can get us ferried out there, or you can go to supposedly you can find a parking lot and then hike in. Only issue I have with that spot is there's a lot better places to camp, and there's this little teeny tiny little poisonous rattlesnake that lives there that will fuck you up. And that's one of the only places where it's actually known, but like people don't really know it's there, but I know it's there because I've seen them, and then the locals also know it's there. The shipwreck on Manitou. Yeah, so Manitou Island would be good, and I think I'm almost positive there's a ferry out there that we could catch. I guess the question would be, you would have to scout it beforehand and find camping spots. I thought the best one that I've ever been on an island was, planned ones. I've been on some islands before, but that wasn't intentional, and that was a few times in South America. I've been on islands. I didn't mean to be there. But the best one that was ever planned, I thought, was the one that you were on, where we went to Snake Island, or Beau Blanc, spelled B-O-I-S space B-L-A-N-C. They call it Beau Blanc. 18 minutes, so I have time, and I'm in the parking garage again. Oh, and look at what's here. So I'm just going to take my time. That's a player or a scav? I think that's a scav, so I think we're safe. And since he's patrolling, he's, if I have a red key card, no I don't. I'm getting the fuck out of here, I was going to say, but I don't have it. I do have a grenade, and those sell for a decent amount of money. So I'm going to check these shelves. Western meaning Western United States or Western Michigan? Yeah, that's a scav, otherwise he would have shot me.
Вот тут, короче, друган мой бывал точно.
So we have some time, we're gonna look around here. A lot of times there's some decent shit on these shelves, although I am not 100% familiar with this location, to be quite honest. Okay, so I think that way is east. So we're just going to walk over here, because I think I recognize that fire from the southeast side of this area. Don't quote me on that though. Humpback, that's food. So this is like the grocery store area, this map. You can sell that or eat it, it doesn't matter. As long as that scav is in here, I feel pretty confident. I kind of want to loot a little bit, because I really don't care if I get out of here. I think we can get out that way, and we can. So I know where that is, and we can also get out this way, right there. How much time do I have left? I think I have enough time to try to run up to the, I think there's something in the back here. If there's something good in here, I'll just get out of here. Yeah, I'm actually limited on what I can bring out of here, to be honest. I might as well just get. So I can go out this way. Access through the UP. Okay, well there's a whole shitload of stuff, whole shitload of public land up by the Painted Rocks, I guess is what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? There's some good shit up there. I can't take it. Let's put this here, this here, and this here, and see if it'll let me take it. I know those are worth some money. And there's really good shit up in the UP. There's so many spots up that way. It's like the Wild West up there. Once you get away from places, which I fully support doing. Yeah, yeah. 4 hours from the civilized world. That one might be harder to convince people of, but I'd be game. I just heard a shot. Somebody just killed a scav over there, so I'm just going to chill out for a minute because I can't really carry anything else, and kind of enjoying our discussion, so I'm going to wait until that's about 5 minutes left. Just wait. Somebody walks by, I'll blast them. Just for shits and giggles. That's the Saiga 12. Actually, that sells for a decent amount of money, too. I believe. Didn't get a lot of good stuff on my scav this time, but that's okay. You can't be choosers. So the good thing about Pictured Rocks is the town that you take off to go on all the tours on boats and stuff. There's a public park right in that town, right by where you take off to go. It's easy to find, and it's got a real stone pizza oven, wood-fired stone pizza oven with all the fucking pizza tools right there. And it's a real pizza oven. This thing is bomb-ass, and they have a supply of wood there. I've always wanted to go back to that park and fire up that oven. It's going to take more wood than they have, so you're probably going to need to buy some, because you got to get those up to about 900 degrees, and heating that whole thing up is going to take like an hour or more. Yeah, they're shooting over at the exit, so I'm going to leave them be. It's going to take an hour or so to heat that thing up, but once it's hot, you can make a bunch of pizzas in there all at once. And it's literally, you don't have to reserve anything or do anything, and there's like a little shelter there that you don't have to reserve or do anything to get it. So I thought that was kind of sweet. Somebody just took out a scav down there. That's the same guy that was up here. I'm just gonna go because I don't care if I keep any of this shit, to be honest. Snowmobiling in the UP. Yeah, that's what I hear, is that that area in the winter when there's no people up there is like amazing. I don't currently have a snowmobile, but I'm thinking about one, I guess, like very gently thinking about a snowmobile, but haven't committed to it, I guess. Let's see, there should be a case or something around here. I've actually never looked in here. There's a case. We'll look in there and see if there's anything good. No, it's not a case. Thought it was. Yeah, this is that parking garage that we've talked about before. Just ran through here last time. Yeah, in northern Michigan you can. I would agree. It's actually a worthwhile investment. Please let this be a full gun. Ooh, what's worth more? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna leave that one be. Just gonna keep looking. I don't really want to rush over there when that guy was just there. We'll kind of work our way back towards our exfil point. He's shot up this area. There should be somebody walking around in here, like a scav or something, but I think that's where he killed him, is in here somewhere. Not seeing any bodies though. Well, I know one thing for sure, and that's that I'm selling my motorcycle here in the very near future, probably in the spring, when people get spring fever. I haven't driven my motorcycle for some time, and to be quite honest, I don't see myself riding it all that much any longer. It's just not something I'm crazy about anymore. It was perfect at the time, but it's not something I do anymore. But when I bought it, I loved it. And I got all of the use out of it that I feel I'm going to get. And now there should be another case here somewhere. I'm just going to check since I don't care if I die or not. Somewhere up in here there's a case. Right there. Anything good in here? I'll take that and sell it. Lunchbox doesn't do anything for me. So we are maximally looted for this run. What's that? Alright, let's get out of here. There's our extract point. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. You know, I don't talk about it, but I grew up riding snowmobiles. Thousands and thousands and thousands of hours riding snowmobiles, and I actually enjoyed that a hell of a lot more than I ever enjoyed motorcycle riding. I guess the only thing I would say is that I'd be open to a off-road motorcycle, I guess. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'd need a place to ride it. Of course, there's so much stuff around here. Well, that's 2 good scav runs down. Yeah, I just don't think I want to use my guy here. I will show off the gun, though. I want to show this gun in action because this thing is crazy. But I'm not at the point where I can use it. I just built it because I had the parts. And I had plenty of money to buy the shit that I didn't have. And I'm kind of trying to clear out my inventory. Yeah, so I guess the other question is like what to get for a snowmobile. So back the last time I was riding snowmobiles, if you had something called an Indy 500, your nutsack dragged on the ground. I mean, they used them at all the ski resorts. You could go up steep grades, down trails, all this stuff, and it had enough juice to it to make it really fun to ride, if you know what I mean. Let's put this here. We'll figure out what to do with that later. That's worth some money. I don't know what those sell for, but I don't think it's much. Humpback is another thing. We can look at that. Did get a magazine and a scav vest out of it and a pair of scissors. I think those go for decent amounts of money. Put that there. A Sea-Doo MXZ. Yeah. So when I was in high school, I had two snowmobiles. One was a John Deere 440 liquefier, which was carbureted, and I eventually figured out how to work on every little aspect of that. And then there was a Yamaha that my dad bought that was electronic. No, it was still carbureted, but it was electric start, I guess, back then. I will look at that Sea-Doo. The other thing I would like is I want more power than I can possibly use. Like if I want to go 300 miles an hour, I want to be able to do it. Or if I just want to putz around, I want to be able to do that, which is why I kind of like... so when I'm buying a car, what I look for is I want a lot of horsepower so I can get out of somewhere really quickly. But I also like it to be all-wheel drive so that if the conditions are bad, I'm fine in it, and then I like maneuverability and cornering and shit like that. So that's probably what I would look for in a snowmobile as well. I guess I didn't. Wow, my kids are just going crazy. You guys probably can't hear it, but they're like beating each other. I need to go check on this. I'll be right back. Yeah, so the MXZ 600 probably sounds good. I'm never gonna go over 100 miles an hour, although I used to. uh, that John Deere on a straight, flat, icy place would peg the speedometer, and the speedometer went to I want to say 80, and it pegged it no problem. And we'd have snowmobile races, and my friends would be out there, and I'd be pulling away from them while they're like maxed. That thing was a goddamn beast. It was a beast, but I had to tweak it a lot. I mean, the spark plugs would go bad at the drop of a hat. So you open the thing up, and you got your engine here, and you've got a cooler up here, and then there was a little leather tool kit down in there, and I had to have that thing loaded with spark plugs and tools and all kinds of shit, because shit would break down and I'd be like 50 miles from anywhere. And of course I was a dumbass, and I had jeans on, and no helmet, of course, no goggles, no nothing. And so when that thing would break down, I'd be in trouble, and I had to get the fuck out of there. And of course weather didn't matter to me. A storm, yeah, well, I'm on a snowmobile, now what? And I didn't ever bring any shelter or anything like that. So you know, it had its issues, but the thing was a beast. But it wasn't it was really fast in a straight line. I would go in the woods a lot, and I would have to stop and pick up the back end to kind of turn it where I wanted it to go, and then it would get hung up in deep snow, and I'd have to dig it out, or most of the time what I would have to do is lift up the back end, and the goddamn thing was heavy. Like, I weighed 100 pounds, and the thing, just picking up the back end was a problem, even though I lifted weights and I was in multiple sports, strength sports. Even just picking up the back end was an issue sometimes. So, I loved the thing, but it was kind of a love-hate relationship. What I liked about it was fast as hell. Just a beast of a snowmobile. Sleds have reverse now. Yeah, right. Yeah, we didn't have any of that fancy shit. We had a flywheel with a belt around it, and it went one direction. And as you picked it up, the belt would bite, so you would rev it. The belt would bite around this flywheel, and then it connected to a drive wheel, and the flywheel had springs on it. So when it bit, it would push the springs apart, and then it would bite harder and bite harder and bite harder until the flywheel was all the way apart and the belt was fully engaged around the thing, and you were going. So that it was kind of like a clutch. There was no transmission. There was none of that shit, man. There was no reverse. There were no gears. It was you go. That thing was really heavy, and it was not the best handling thing. Honestly, the Yamaha handled a lot better, but it had nowhere near the power. But it was easier to get around on, and I actually did like the Yamaha. But that goddamn John Deere was a tank. Like, you couldn't break it. My dad crashed it into a tree, like, fast enough to get a concussion because his dumb ass wasn't wearing a helmet. And the thing, it's probably still running. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been back to Iowa in years. So honestly, I don't know what's going on back on the farm, to be honest. And at this point, I don't give much of a shit. I kind of have my own life, if you get my meaning. I wonder what's loaded into this thing in terms of shotgun ammo. So it's 12C. It might be worth putting a red dot on that, because I am actually pretty decent with a shotgun. Let's see. see what it'll do for us. I don't know what this is. Don't know how to use this. Anyway, I'll kit this out offline. This actually looks like a decent version of it. Let me just go back and inspect it. I mean, you can always find better stuff for this. That's a good stock for this. Honestly, this is a decent the way it is. I think I would just want to figure out how to put a sight on it. Makes the ergos better. I'm just going to see what's all available for this. So you can do this filter by item, and it'll show you what they're going for. So a complete kit without any mods is, you're looking at minimum 14,500, and that's without a magazine. 15,000 with a magazine. Let's do linked search, and that'll show you everything that's available for this. So vital parts, pistol grips. What does this do for you? Oh, it's not. This must be a pretty uncommon part. What does that do? Honestly, the one I have is probably better. +8. I think mine was higher than that. That might be pretty close to what I have on it. +12. Like, that would be an upgrade, and that's, well, it's a lot of an upgrade though. Let's look at what our handguards are going for. I don't think you can attach anything to that, I guess, is the issue that I would have. Yeah, so you would want to put this on it, and you can attach, probably you can attach a, look and see. Yeah, you can attach a handle, and those handles, you could put a scope on there as well. So we could tack this out a bit. Well, for sights. I'll have to look up on how they customize these. Saiga 12 is a pretty fun gun to run, and it's not like everybody and their dog is running it. So if you have it, so that's for a scope. I don't think I would put a. Let's see what you can get if you put that on there. What's this? I see a top rail. And then on the top rail, you can probably put a put something else on there. Like I guess what I would want to do is put some sort of a red dot on it, or something like that. You're gonna get, or I'm gonna get a lot more bang for my buck out of that than top rail. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a lot of upgrading and a lot of research I would need to do, but I can put a reflex on there for a couple thousand. For a little bit of money, I could make this really nice. See what they've got for a, if you can put a dust cover thing back here. It might be worth, nah, really it isn't. Literally, this is a spray and pray type thing. Let's see what they've got for dust covers for the whole gun. I'd like to have the dust cover back further. Receivers. Yeah, I can't attach anything to it, it looks like. The handguard is what you could, is what you would have to buy, it looks like. Stocks. What's that? Buffer tube. That's probably what I've already got on there. Another buffer tube. I may even have some of these parts in inventory. What is that thing? PT lock. So you're trying to get some sort of a way to connect something. Let's see what this is. Yeah, okay, so what this is going to be, if we do a link search on that, it's going to link to some sort of a really nice stock like that. So a lot of times you have to spend a little bit of money to get the better parts, but I'm not super concerned about recoil, but let's see what this does. Yeah, so I get a 4% upgrade, but I'm spending the lock plus that's 20. It's not worth it. It's just not. Right there, it's pretty good. It's pretty well good. I just wonder if there's a way to put a any kind of a thing on the back side of it. I think you're stuck buying a handguard and going that route. Let's see what they got in here. Mounts. Oh, so you could put a... Okay, I see. So you can put something on there like that. Above receiver. So this is what you would want. You'd want something like this, and it's going to cost you a little bit of money. Same thing here. Yeah, that's what you want. You want something like that. I may have something that'll actually fit on there. Let's do a link search and see. Yeah, you could put a EOTech or something like that on there. Some sort of a red dot. That's probably what I would need to do, is buy that. And then call the rest of it good. Just to have a sight on there. And I've got a magazine. You can probably get bigger magazines, but it'll make your gun bigger and it'll take up more inventory. Let's see what humpback goes for. Yeah, so I made a little bit of money on that run, and I got a gun out of it that's probably usable. What do they want for this? Yeah, $700-800. It wasn't the greatest run, but I got something out of it. Yeah, so if I just bought a little, I'll look a little bit more, but I think as long as I put a sight on it, I think I'd be fine. See how much time we have for a scav run. What's our scav have? Oh, he's got a Mosin. Might as well just do it. I don't really care about this guy. And I hate the Mosin. But I can sell it for something. We'll go with 0600. It'll be the morning. We'll go interchange 0600. Good. Yeah, I don't remember the model number of the Yamaha, but I don't think it was up to the beefy standards of the John Deere, because one time I went over a little snowdrift, and well, of course then I didn't know there was like a down-sloping hill after that, and I probably went 30-40 feet of travel, and I went up probably 6 feet off the ground and went 30-40 feet, but when I landed, it landed really hard even though there was a suspension on it. That's the thing about the liquefier, is there's no suspension. It's a hard tail, hard front. But it had a suspension, and even with the suspension and the shocks on it, I hit hard enough that it broke the goddamn steering mechanism off, because the post that they had connecting it to the skis was like pot metal or some shit, so it just was not up to the task. That was an expensive repair. It was a very fine machine, don't get me wrong. It started, and the maintenance on it was nowhere near what it was on that John Deere, but that John Deere, you couldn't break the thing. I did stupid shit on that thing, and it was so much more powerful than the other sled, it wasn't even funny. So I have a fondness for it. This guy's got a scav vest. I don't think, maybe he's got some sort of a little backpack. It doesn't look like it though. He might have a little pouch or something. I don't know, we'll see. We're going to try to loot some good stuff, because I don't care about any of this stuff. Those glasses would probably sell for a couple thousand. The hat's basically worthless. The gun, I could probably get 10-15,000 out of it if I just sold it. Might have some decent ammo on him. Sometimes you can sell the ammo that you get from these guys for a lot of money. Now that being said, that Mosin, if you hit somebody with that, they're going down if you've got the right ammo in it. This game is very ammo dependent. Like, you can have a shit gun like that, but if you've got really good ammo in it, it absolutely it rapes people, for lack of a better word. Like, you could one-shot somebody with that even if they had high level armor on, if you hit them in the right spot and you were using the right ammo. Certainly enough to scare them away if they're screwing around with you. We'll probably run into some players here because it's 6 in the morning. Unfortunately, I think this will be my last game either way. I've got a inventory that I need to sell off, and my auction is bugged, and it's kind of boring to watch all of that, so we'll just call it good after this. Sea-Doo. Those are made in... no, that's Polaris. Polaris is made in Okoboji, Iowa. I'm not sure where Sea-Doo is made. I'll have to do a lot of research. But I do like the idea of a fuel-injected thing that runs more fuel efficient. I mean, I could go 9 miles on it and burn up 5 miles of gas on the 440 liquefier. The Yamaha was a lot more... So, I would also have to carry oil with me, and then I had a way of doing it. But I would have to carry oil, 2-cycle engine oil, and then fill up and then add oil to the gas tank and slosh it around, kind of guessing. But the Yamaha was nice because they had a separate port that you could pour 2-cycle engine oil in, and then you could just put regular gas in the regular gas tank. So that was a huge improvement. That was a lot easier. I would carry oil, but there wouldn't be any guessing. The engine would mix it how it wanted it. Bombardier in Canada. Is that a snowmobile, or is that where the Sea-Doos are made? Let's see, what else can I tell you about the liquefier? It was a liquid-cooled engine, which just added, in my opinion, just added weight. But my God, was that thing powerful. Incredibly powerful. Like, unbelievably so. But it was powerful in a straight line, and if you had to turn, you were... okay, where am I at here? I have to go to Emercon or Railway. I think that's Railway. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure where I am. There's Ultra. It's over. People be fighting and shit. How much time do I have? Oh, I got plenty of time, so we can try to figure out where we're at here. So, I think this is IKEA up here. Alright, so if I am on the IKEA and the IKEA is on the north end of the map, to my left, then that means that the power plant is up here somewhere, although it's not. So I must be reading this wrong. And that's not IKEA. That's Oli. So I am on the south end of the map, looking that way. This would be west. This is north, and I need to go this way to get to the power plant. Am I sure that's Oli? I am. So the exfil site would be over here somewhere? It doesn't make sense. I don't care. I'm just going to go. Honestly, I don't care about this run. I got nothing that I give a shit about. This is garbage tier ammo. Whatever. Okay, so if I'm right, then that should be Loa. And IKEA should be up on the right, which would mean that the power plant would be straight in front of us somewhere. Nothing in here worth looking at. I doubt there's anything in here. And there's not. Okay, so I should be approaching... Yeah, so I am on the west side of the map, That is west, and I'm facing north. So the power plant will be up here somewhere, supposedly. Well, let's see what's in here. This will determine my level of carrying. That's a decent backpack, though. Some sort of a flash suppressor for an AK. Yeah, so I am there, and the power plant should be there. Why am I not seeing the power plant where I would expect to see it? Well, we just don't know. How much of a... So ultra. Actually, I might be on the... The other possibility is that I am on the eastern side of the map, and... No, I'm on the western side of the map. There's no... No, I'm on the eastern side. So we'll go up here and we'll look over that way. There's a little stash down here I might look at. And depending on how good this stash is, I might just log. Sea-Doo is owned by Bombardier and they're made in Canada. Yeah, okay. Those naughty Canadians, though, you don't know what to think about them. They say a boot instead of about. You know Mr. Mesmerize that I am gaming with all the time? He is about... Well, he's a Canadian now, but he lives in Germany, and he's also a German. And that's straight ahead, so I'm just going to duck under here and let them fight it out and just wait, because I can search this stash and search another thing up there. Wow, there's two players up there fighting bad. Anyway, he's a Canadian and he's fixing to what does that go to, I wonder? That's probably going to sell for some money because it's for use with a night vision scope. We'll let them clear out. We have plenty of time. All those guys are trying to go in there and fight it out, and he spotted either a scav or another player, and they're fighting it out. And I kind of want to get the stash that's up under there, because that would be pretty fun. Whew. Yeah, he's moving in. He's over there now. He probably took out a scav. Although I mean, scavs are pretty damn rare here. Let's just move careful and just not worry about a thing. Gotta make some sweet moolah. Yeah, he's over in there somewhere, so I don't care about him. He's not gonna bother me here. Right here, there's a stash, and you actually get a lot of money out of this. Between this and the backpack, anything else might be greedy. A gold chain is worth money. That's some sort of a box of ammo. Not sure what it is. But we'll take it slow. There's no reason to rush here. I basically just have to watch out for players, and by this point they're all moving in. And that leaves me free to search this upper corner pretty well. So up in here there's another weapons crate, and I believe somewhere over here there's a health thing. Might be worth checking that. A lot of times that health stuff goes for big bucks. Nothing so far. I can't get in there. What about here? Nothing worth looking at. But up in there, right over there, there's a crate. And if we're careful, we might get out of here with some decent loot. Might make 100 grand off of this run if we're lucky. I just don't feel motivated to do the PMC run because you're almost always facing other players and they're almost always grouped up. And if I'm going to go into that situation, I want my own posse. That'll sell for 20 grand. I don't know what that'll sell for, but it'll sell for something. Now, what's over here? Let's crouch down. I know my extraction point is over here. Supposedly we can find another loot stash over here. I'm just gonna quick look that up since we have time. Tarkov map. Let's see, let's look up where that loot stash is. This is the beauty of runs like this, is that you you learn these maps, and then if you're lucky you remember it eventually. There's that one, this one over here by some rubble. Alright, so let's keep going. There's supposedly, if I go over all the way to that wall, there'll be some rubble if I go down a little ways. And there'll be a loot stash in there. Might as well loot it. I don't have anything that I'm going to care if I get killed, so why not? And there's no players up here by now. They're long gone. We'll go further over. All the way over here. There should be a rubble pile somewhere up in here, and we'll just look down here and try to find it. That's probably the rubble pile over there. How much time do we have left? Yeah, we're good. Here goes a player. He didn't see me. Should I pop him? It's a scav player. I don't know if I hit him or not. Oh well. It was fun anyway. I had to take a shot at the guy. I know well, let's see if I even hit him. I doubt I hit him because he would have been like down for the count there. If I'd actually hit him, I doubt he had any armor on. We shall see. I do want to see. Sometimes the game just crashes and you're just hosed. I don't know. Yeah, it was a scav. Who cares? Scav player. Let's see if I hit him. How did he kill 3 limbs off of me? Made 2 shots. I don't think I made any hits. So, well, I know I missed the last one. I thought I hit the first one, but apparently I didn't. Good on him. I want to see what my next scav has for tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be better. I'll have to go back and look at that and see how I missed him. He must have moved or something. The second shot I know I missed. I was like 4 feet behind the guy because he was moving. But it's hard to go against somebody like that with an automatic weapon when you've got a single, a bolt action rifle with no scope on it or anything. No excuses. I mean, I should have killed him with that first shot. I just missed him. So, loot from tonight. I think I'll get some decent money from all of this stuff. I'll have to decide if I want to put a scope on that and get some better ammo. I need to research ammo before I make that decision. If I decide to sell it, I can sell it. I'll get decent money for this stuff. So I think we did all right today. I mean, you win some, you lose some. I think I made two good scav runs and 1 bad, and honestly that's pretty good. Let's see what our next guy looks like. Another bolt action. But he's got a good tack vest on. I might want to save him, and he's got a sidearm. You can sell those for usually about 10,000, depending. Anyway, I'm going to call it good for tonight. Thanks a ton for watching. Good to talk to you, Brian. Hope to see you in a couple weeks in the hopefully more snow-covered north. Either way, we'll have fun. As long as it's not raining and 40, that's when I really don't enjoy it. But we'll have my teepee up there. We'll have a fire going in the teepee. We'll have to have some, wood duty and things like that, and we'll figure it out. I'm pretty confident we'll have a good time either way. Probably make a town run, depending. It'll be good. You'll have a good time. I'm greatly looking forward to it. And I'll be on tomorrow. I'll be after 2 p.m. with our good friend, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mesmerize, broadcasting from Germany. Bye.